Hello again, Lit 4 students. I'm going to do a really quick kind of rundown of using sketchy sources, as I like to call them, for this monster presentation. So back in the agenda for this week, I click on the slides presentation again, and then I'm on this slide right here, and I'm really looking for this next one right here. So this is how I would handle sources for these monsters. So some of you are going to find really good sources for this that maybe go, it's like an actual scholarly article on something like maybe about, if you're doing vampires, you could find a lot of good stuff about Dracula and specifically about lore. But a lot of stuff you're going to run into for this, and I expect you to, are just sort of sketchy websites like this one right here, right? About the Wendigo, AmericanHauntingsInc.com. And so is it the best source overall? No, but we're talking about monsters. And this is kind of a chance for you to figure out how to let your audience know when you're pretty sure about information, but you can't be 100% sure about where it comes from, and just being ethical and straight with your audience on where your information came from. So this one right here is clearly written up by sort of, I don't know if I call this a fan page, but just sort of somebody's passion project. And there's a lot of different creatures on here, and they write down a lot of legend stuff. They're not citing where their stuff came from. But if you look around, you see a lot of similar information of these kind of myths about the Wendigo and stuff like that. And so I pulled one specific fact from here, and it was that the Wendigo look, they're paper thin, and that's how they hide. If they turn sideways, they like vanish, right? So if I'm actually presenting that to a group of people, and I'm going to use this as my source, I can do that, but I need to say what the source is, and then I need to be honest with the group during my speech about about the quality of that source. So I kind of wrote out how I would say this to a group if I was doing this presentation. And the first part is you always want to talk about who the source was and author if you have it, which I don't on this one. When it was published, if you have it, which I don't on this one, and the overall source, in this case, this website. So I don't have that stuff. But this is how I would say it. So according to an article on the website AmericanHauntingsInc.com, the Wendigo could only be seen if it faced the witness head on because it was so thin that it could not be seen from the side. This article and website are not entirely reliable. The page itself is clearly not from a professional organization. And while there are sources present, there are, they are not cited in text. That's right. They do mention from some other sources, but they don't give you actual links to them. However, this description of the Wendigo is one of the many interesting characteristics often associated with this mythical monster. Now, are you going to say it just like that? Probably not, because, I'm an old man teacher and I use big words a lot, right? But the essence of that needs to be there. You still need to have, let's try our little drawing pen here. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to go with the color. Let's go with a nice red. Okay. So the first thing is you're going to say that it's according to and say where it came from. And I'm going to say out the website, right? Okay. And then I'm going to have my little fact, right? But after that, I'm going to explain the facts. So I will, of course, talk about this and what this actually means. Like that's how it hides, or that's what makes it sort of ghostly. But I gotta qualify it really quick with this, with the first part that it's not reliable. Ooh, we better fix that one. The first part about how it's not reliable, and then why it's not reliable, because it's not a professional organization. But then why I'm okay with using it, because the description is it's one of the many that's often there. So in other words, I've seen it in other sources a lot. I see this one a lot, and I kind of know this is sort of the common knowledge of it, right? Okay. So that is it for your sketchy websites. You have to have at least two sources that you cite during your speech. They can both be kind of sketchy, but the whole point is to do this part, to actually go in and do this and actually say that stuff, right? Okay, so, all right. You're welcome, and goodbye.